Yeah, I'm back with a video. We're gonna talk about Miss Cerebral and the video that she did about the black community hates light skinned men. Let's keep it a buck. She's talking about the black community as a whole. Let's be real, but she's mainly talking about dark skinned dudes to me and dark skinned women. But shout out to Cerebral. I believe she has a so-called light skinned father. I would love to see more videos like this from light skinned women and light skinned dudes in general. I feel like y'all should be the main ones speaking about this because these are y'all sons. Like it doesn't matter. Like light skinned people, y'all cannot escape light skinned children and light skinned. Y'all just can't. All right, you could be a light skinned male or a light skinned female, and you can date somebody who's much darker than you, but them kids still come out light. You can go the complete opposite, go white, so called white. Those kids are still going to come out light skinned. So I mean, you can't escape light skinned people, or you can get with a light skinned counterpart. Either way it goes, the vast majority of these times, these kids are going to come out looking like you guys. So y'all should be the main ones speaking about these things. But let's keep on. Let's see what she has to say in this video.
I can't take it anymore. The black community, y'all hate the living daylights out of light-skinned men. Yes, you do. I don't approve of who Sky Jackson got pregnant by, or a lot of other black young women and older women. But at the end of the day, I see you. A number of you, if she was with a dark-skinned man who was a dusty, you would just say he's a dusty. But yes, some of you are making videos where you keep focusing on this man's skin complexion. What does his skin complexion have to do with any?
So basically, right here she's talking about black women. I guess in the video when I was looking at the comments, they were saying that somebody kept bringing up his skin complexion while she was on live stream, and she just finally addressed the elephant in the room, and that's what this clip is about. So it's not the whole video. But she's basically saying that black women, they keep bringing up light-skinned dudes' complexion when they do something good or bad. But if they do something wrong, they just, claim that all light-skinned dudes are that way. And I think black women, they have an obsession with trying to marginalize light-skinned guys. And I feel like they do envy light-skinned men. And they want light-skinned men to be how they are, which is miserable. So I feel like that's their way of, in their minds, of knocking. They view light skinned dudes like as being on a high horse. So in their minds, if they say that light skinned dudes are dusty, nobody would want them, or nobody would, they just have an obsession with trying to marginalize light skinned dudes. All right, from other groups of women, for whatever agenda they have it for. But it is a real thing, and you can see that black women do this a lot. And I even talked about this even in the video I did about those two PDF files of those two light skinned guys when black women were trying to make light skinned men the face of being predators, basically. And they kept bringing up his dude's skin color, even though this happens a lot within their community. All right, shout out to that sister Ishtar. I watched that video earlier about that too.
Then some of you women are making videos saying, oh, she chose him because of his skin tone. You don't know nothing about her. You don't.
I agree. She probably just has a preference for light skin. There's nothing wrong with preferring light skinned people. All right, it just comes off as jealousy to me. Like, even if she did, like, why is that an issue? All right, nobody cares when it's the other way around. All right, or somebody prefers white men, but when it's a light skinned person, Negro, they have a huge issue with it. All right, it's just weird. It just sounds almost as jealousy as to me.
Know nothing about a number of these black women. Every time their partner is lighter than them, it triggers something in you, and the hatred you have for light-skinned men come out. The woman, some of you over-exaggerate. You act like some of the women are extremely dark and they chose a man close to white. And there might be a damn 2 shades difference between them, but you're bothered by it. You're bothered by it. Black women are always uplifting and obsessing and promoting dark-skinned men all the time. You see it all the time. Even if our fathers are light-skinned men and we like light-skinned men like our fathers, then you have a problem with it. You want black women to only obsess over darker-skinned men.
And I agree. All right, they don't want y'all to prefer light-skinned dudes. No group of women, they don't want that for light-skinned dudes, basically. They don't want any light skinned male or light skinned people praised in general. And I'm pretty sure, I don't know if she's addressing dark skinned men or or the black sisterhood, but this is my message to you light skinned sisters. Like, why don't y'all address the sisterhood? The dark skinned black woman is the one who's calling all these shots. Why do y'all go along with the sisterhood? Does not benefit light skinned women. I mean, you get your thrill, but like, what are you really getting out of the sisterhood? The sisterhood is persecuting your sons. The sisterhood is humiliating your sons, um, abusing them mentally, physically, and spiritually, and your daughters as well. So like, what and like like, what are y'all getting out of following dark skinned people's ideologies, especially dark skinned women's ideologies? It's not getting you guys nowhere. So I don't understand why light skinned women, y'all are following the dark skinned black women's sisterhood, a sisterhood that you're not really a part of. Y'all don't really like each other for real. The only time women ever, even throughout history, the only time women ever came together is to try to dethrone a man. The black community, dark skinned women and light skinned women only come together to try to dethrone or try to take down light skinned dudes. And it's been like that in general with women throughout history. Not all, but a lot of women, they only come together when they want to take down a certain type of man or something. But outside that, y'all don't like each other. And y'all really don't have an issue with light skinned dudes for real. Because they're not really doing anything to you guys. So I don't understand that. Like, I don't understand like why light skinned women want to be a part of the dark skinned black woman's sister. She don't like you no way. She's going to lead you astray. All right. They don't like it. Just don't make sense to me. That's how you know a lot of women also are behind it, is because, like I said, it has no rationale behind it.
There are plenty of light-skinned black men who are fine. There are plenty of biracial men who identify as black who are light-skinned who are fine. Y'all act like it's a damn crime to find a light-skinned man attractive. Black men date light women all the time. But the minute you see a black woman who is not maybe light-skinned to you, liking a light-skinned man, oh, she only chose him because of this. You don't know that. You don't know nothing about her family tree. There are plenty of dark-skinned women who can produce the looks you think they're going for just based off the genes within her own family. Y'all are obsessed. You love to play, y'all are. You are. Okay, I'm looking through comment sections. Someone brung up Kenya Moore. Kenya Moore is beautiful. Okay, she can get any man she want. She dated a darker skinned man before on that show and then got with her now, I think, ex-husband. And people brung that up, who is a light brown skinned man who has looser hair just like her. But yet you want to call Kenya Moore, y'all just, please, y'all have a big problem when black women, no matter how the black woman looks, chooses to get with a man who is of a lighter skin or is more obviously mixed, maybe even.
Oh, so she right here she got to be talking about dark skinned dudes. So she's basically implying that, I'm guessing she's implying, which something that we all know, dark skinned men are very insecure. And I wouldn't say insecure; they're very threatened by light skinned dudes. All right, they get very insecure. They get very emotional when they see women point blank. Period. Because I know it's not just with black women, and it's not just with light skinned women. The light skinned black man's counterpart. Even with non black women, like they don't like when light skinned dudes. It's the same thing with dark skinned women. I've noticed with dark skinned women, they hate seeing light skinned women with anybody. It could be with a dark skinned man. It could be with a light skinned dude. They're gonna shame it. They could be with a non black man. They're gonna have a problem with it. It's like they don't want to see light skinned people happy, which we already know the reason why. It's a genetic thing. I think it's a genetic and a spiritual issue, a demon that they have on them to it's like genetic jealousy and envy, or they can't help it. But I've noticed that even with light skinned women, you know, whenever they try to get with a white dude, or it becomes a competition of who can attract more white women, white men, and it's just crazy to me, you know. But yeah, she said that darker men basically get very insecure and they're very threatened by light skinned or mulatto men. And I can't believe that y'all talking about how these dudes are so masculine, but that's not a masculine trait, getting threatened by another man. Because it's not in a man's nature to want to compete with another man. A man focus on themselves and focus on, you always want to keep an eye out, but that's not really a manly trait. But y'all should call this stuff out more. All right, everybody has to go. I don't understand why everybody has to go and tiptoe around dark skinned people's insecurities instead of calling them out. That's how, so they can heal themselves. All right, and the mental disorders that they have.
Mix like her, y'all are prejudiced towards light-skinned men. I've been seeing it for years. Black men will put lighter women in their videos, but the minute a black woman decides to celebrate a light-skinned man, then you get mad because y'all have a deep-rooted hatred towards light-skinned men. Is he a dusty? Yeah, he is. He's not my type. I like light-skinned men, but he's not my type. I don't like...
And you heard what she said. Even light-skinned girls like herself, which I've noticed that as well. A lot of light-skinned girls who have light-skinned fathers. It makes sense for them to prefer or to want a man that's similar to their father, quote unquote. At least that's what a lot of... Like, I noticed I noticed, like, in the black community where black women, they have a dark-skinned father, they claim they want a man that reminds them of their father. But if the father is light-skinned, they still don't want him no more. Like, I've noticed that, and I've always wondered, why is that? So even the light-skinned girls and the women in general who have light-skinned fathers, you can't say that you prefer them for whatever reason. And they acting like, and they try to use this excuse that light-skinned dudes are privileged. How are they privileged when they, quote-unquote, y'all be teasing about them being out of style since the 80s or before that as well? How are they privileged when they're the last option within y'all they're the last pick amongst y'all group? That's what I was like. It just don't make sense.
I'm not attracted strongly always to the red hair, but y'all do that a lot. The minute Keke Palmer got with her man, oh my God, all some of you could do was obsess over how he looked. And there's only, damn near 2 shades difference between them. It really wouldn't matter. I'm just saying, y'all act like something extreme has happened. How dare she be attracted to mixed men? Why can't she? That's the big question. Why can't she?
And that's my thing. Since you black women and you women in general, especially you black women, since y'all so want to feel like y'all rebellious, that'll be something that's rebellious is getting with light-skinned dudes. Or acting like you do. Or like you want to. That's rebellious. Like, I noticed this too, like with when it comes to black men, dark-skinned black men versus non-black men. Because I noticed like white women were talking about why they want to date black dudes because they feel like they're rebelling against something. I said because they were saying because their fathers taught them not to get with black men, so that makes them feel more rebellious by doing that and more curious. I said, well, shit, why doesn't that same effect not on black girls and other groups of girls? Like, because black men say the same shit. Like, black men say don't date a white dude, you better not bring no white guy home. Hell, they say you better not bring a light-skinned brother home neither. So, but why does that give them the urge to go and the curiosity to go explore with other groups of men? Like, I always wondered that. It's just an observation. But, yeah, you can see that she's going off about, these people's insecurities, especially darker men's insecurities and adequacy about light-skinned men. It's not all dark-skinned cats. I know some cool dark-skinned cats, but it is a lot of them. All right.
Black women can date who they want. They don't have to just be attracted to one type of phenotype within the black race. And all black women do not have to obsess and only promote darker-skinned black men and neglect and reject the lighter-skinned black men that they are attracted to if they are attracted to black men. Now, I think he's biracial.
And you light-skinned dudes need to call this stuff out. I'm going to do more videos of these dark-skinned dudes lying, talking about how nobody's thinking about them. Bro, they be lying. But let's keep going.
Not 100% sure. The woman got pregnant. Sky Jackson got pregnant because she was having SCX. Just like Holly Bailey and just like the rest. They had SCX and ended up pregnant. It was unplanned. It doesn't mean they were plotting and planning for a certain baby. They were having SCX. You have SCX with your boyfriend who you're dating, you stand a chance of getting pregnant. But y'all love to jump to the conclusion it's about skin color.